Please sit down, ladies and gentlemen. I ask that we kindly bow our heads for a moment of silent prayers and reflection. Amen. Amen. The First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Fatima Mada Jabibio, the Executive Chairperson of the Young African Women's Congress Network, the President of the Young African Women's Congress Network, Nigeria, the President of the Young African Women's Congress Network, Sierra Leone, the membership and delegation constituted for YOC, colleagues, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Madam First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, 50% of Africa's 1.3 billion people are women, and over 60% of them are young persons below 25 years. The Young African Women's Congress Network, therefore, is an appropriate initiative that situates in that specific demography. The First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, you have been a trailblazer and a campaigner of no mean stature within the context of empowering women and girls. And what we are about to witness today is a testament to your phenomenal work and role in empowering women and girls, not just in Sierra Leone, but in the sub-region and across our 1.3 billion people in Africa. On this note, may I most respectfully, with your kind indulgence, Madam First Lady, invite for the official welcome the President of YOC Network Sierra Leone, Michaela Kago.
Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Fatima Madabio, Chief of Staff of the Office of the First Lady, Sheikh Salim Feka, Executive Chairperson of the Young African Women Congress, Mr. Daniel Usai Tufo, York Network Chapter President for Nigeria, Dr. Eunice Emmanuel, Press Secretary, colleague executive members, and members of the Young African Women Congress Sierra Leone Chapter, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a delightful moment to be here this morning as partners, that is the Office of the First Lady and the Young African Women Congress, to declare our intention to host the Young African Women Congress 2023 Annual Continental Convocation, which is an initiative of the Young African Women Congress Network. It is important that I give the background about the YOC network. The Young African Women Congress Network is a fraternity of young women of African descent living in Africa and the diaspora who seek to be empowered and be themselves change makers for leadership and development on the continent of Africa. Membership of the network is segmented by chapters based on country demarcations. However, there is a common goal which involves grassroots mobilization of women for leadership and development through advocacy, training, and projects. The headquarters of the network is in Accra, Ghana, and there are currently 8 operational chapters on the continent, namely Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Nigeria, Cameroon, Uganda, Ethiopia, and Kenya. There are currently 4 chapters that will be inaugurated soon. They include 2 diasporan chapters in the United Kingdom, and 3 other Scandinavian countries, precisely Norway, Denmark, Sweden, coming together to form a chapter. The other 2 are Gambia and Zambia. The vision of York Network is to connect all young women of Africa and the diaspora to a common platform for intellectual discourse, knowledge sharing for women's development, and a better continent geared towards political and socio-economic development. Our mission as a network includes to empower women in a more collaborative approach, to promote grassroots mobilization for the young women's leadership in Africa, to create support system for women to thrive and advance their endeavors, to serve as an advocacy platform for women and girls on issues that borders on women development. York Network is strictly apolitical, strictly women, non-partisan, non-racial, and non-religious. York Network activities encompass meet and greets, summits, masterclasses, volunteering programs, community development projects, leadership trainings, mentorship, and other programs in line with the network's objective and purposes. There are 2 annual conventions of the York Network that brings together women all from countries on the African continent and the diaspora to advance the Sustainable Development Goal 5. Impacts made so far. The York Network has successfully held a continental campaign against rape and defilement, where perpetrators were brought to book and counseling and rehabilitation sessions were provided for victims during the COVID-19 in 2020. The Ghana chapter followed up 17 cases, while the other chapters followed up a minimum of 2 cases each. Beyond bringing perpetrators to book, the social media campaign reached over 50 million people across the African continent. This was a unified campaign led by the Global Secretariat of the Network, and it was partnered by Star Ghana, iGrade Africa, and Economic Fighters League. Other results achieved through the campaign includes adding our voice to bring justice to the rapists who defied the 5-year-old Khadija Medina Sanko to death in Sierra Leone in June of 2020, and 22-year-old Vera, a Nigerian student who was brutally raped and killed in a church premise in Nigeria. That was in 2020. Since 2016, over 2,000 women have been empowered directly through the annual convocations. Due to the grassroots empowerment training approach used by the network, where participants of the convocation are expected to empower women in their communities through community-based projects, over 300 women have been empowered at the grassroots level across Africa. All chapters have held series of outreach programs in prisons, orphanages, deprived communities, senior high schools, conflict-prone zones, etc. The activities that were carried out include health screening exercises, donations, counseling, mentorship, rehabilitation exercises, sensitization, etc. Over 15,000 people have benefited from our outreach programs across Africa. The network has successfully run masterclass sessions for its members that has built their capacities in their various fields of endeavor. Some of the members have been rescued from ailment situations, including depression, abusive relationships, financial difficulties, through the counseling programs that are run for them. Due to the persistent motivation by the network, many of our members have progressed higher in their career and education. We have some of our members elected and appointed to top political positions in their countries, promoted to higher ranks in their career, and others attain higher education qualifications, including professional certificates like law, engineering, PhDs, etc. We believe that this partnership will go a long way to inspire progress in the Sierra Leone.
Thank you who may not have known anything about York. Now we're beginning to have an appreciation. The president of York Network Nigeria will now make a statement, and it's my honor to invite Dr. Yunaisi Emmanuel to make a statement. Thank
you. Your Excellency, now, First Lady of Sierra Leone, Dr. Fatima Madabai, dear Madam, the Chief of Staff to the First Lady, thank you so much. And Executive Chairperson of York, my boss, Dr. Daniel Osei-Tufo, my colleague, the Chapter President of York Network in Liberia, and every other members, the members of the press, and every other government members here. I welcome you all. My name is Dr. Yunaisi Emmanuel. I bring you greetings from Nigeria. Young African Women Network is an organization that focuses on, the activities focuses on consolidates the development of the nations where all her members are, particularly in Nigeria. I was a young lady passionate for change, but I didn't really have the bearing. I don't know how to go about it. But since I joined Young African Women Congress Network, it helped me to build capacity to make significant change in my country. And every other countries where we have our members, they are all making significant change. A lot of our members are carrying out community-based change projects, and it has affected a lot of people. Also, particularly some of our young aspirants, women, individual women that have political aspirations, have a clearer vision on how they can make significant impacts in the community growth. And I strongly believe now that a partnership of Young African Women Congress Network with the government of Sierra Leone will enhance the development of this country and also broaden the aspiration of young individual women to be able to do bigger projects and also build synergy together, network together, and see how they can achieve their dreams. Thank you so very much for this partnership, ma'am. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yunaisi Emmanuel, for your kind sentiments. Ladies and gentlemen, I am equally honored and privileged to invite the Executive Chairperson of York Network, Mr. Daniel Osei-Tufo, to make a statement. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Dr. Fatima Madabiu, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Ministers of State here in Garden, the Press Secretary, leaders of the York Network chapters who are here this morning, and members of the Network Sierra Leone chapter, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, it's my singular honor to be with you here, all the way from Accra, the capital city of Ghana. It is a great opportunity to always highlight our voices when it comes to women's progress and development. In the year 2020, before the lockdown was declared, I had the privilege to travel to Sierra Leone to carry out our chapter's activity here with the team on ground. I was hosted by the then chapter president, Naime, in Port Loko. Now, during our rounds in town, engaging people and carrying out a series of activities, I chanced on a very big billboard, and I saw a very gorgeous, the finest woman on that billboard. And what actually caught my attention was the tagline, or what others call hashtag, hands off our girls. I then asked the chapter president at that time that, what is this about? She told me that this is a campaign that is being carried out by the First Lady of the country. I inquired further to know the details of the campaign. She told me that the campaign is against child marriage, rape, defilement, and what have you. I was very thrilled because, yes, I see many First Ladies of different countries carry out one project or the other. But I had not really seen a campaign that is being fronted by the First Lady of a country in that manner, that she put her face on billboard. And not just at one point, just in Port Loco, I counted about 7 of them, just at the catchment areas that I happen to operate in. I told the president that you have a great First Lady who is very genuine about women's empowerment. It is not just about paying lip service just to enhance the political fortunes of the husband, but you can feel realness in her actions. As a network, we decided to follow her activities. We read about her. We saw a number of her exploits at the General Assembly of the United Nations. We then came to the conclusion that these are the women that we need on this continent. Enough of paying lip service, enough of the political jargons. We need real women who are interested in the future of our young girls. Your Excellency, congratulations for all that you have done for this country, for all that you have done for the women, and for all that you have done for the community. The Young African Women Congress, as in being the initiative of the York Network, is a congregation of women. We say young women, but personally, I believe that everyone has the right to determine whether she is young or not, because being young is a state of the mind. If you think you are old, you are old. And if you believe you are young, you are young. So everyone has the opportunity and the right to be part of the platform. And basically, we focus on women's empowerment and their development. In all spheres of life, it is not career specific. Whatever you want to, aspire for, whatever you want to achieve, it's actually the platform for you. Participants of the Congress come from all the countries on the continent, including the diaspora. You have diaspora women, African women who are living in the diaspora joining the conference. And during the sessions, there are a series of activities, including presentations, group brainstorming sessions, panel discussions. It's also an opportunity to explore the tourism potentials of the hosting country. So there is a fun trip, which is part of the program. There is also an opportunity for businesses to exhibit themselves. So we have the business exhibition. And of course, this year's edition, which we are partnering with the Office of the First Lady, Dr. Fatima Madabio, comes with series of activities. In fact, this year's Congress is going to be unique. It's going to be different from all that we have done, because we have other stakeholders who are involved in this, and that is the Office of the First Lady, and by extension, the government of Sierra Leone. There is going to be an opportunity to enhance the investment potentials of Sierra Leone. There's going to be a side event that sponsoring companies will have the chance to interact with strategic ministers of development. For instance, ministers of trade, finance, agriculture, sanitation, and what have you, both in Sierra Leone and the neighboring countries, including the headquarters of York, Ghana, and the international community as well. So there's going to be a cocktail event where these businesses will have the privilege to interact with the strategic ministers, and we are even hoping that we'll be able to get the attention of the president of the country to be part of such a session, because we believe that it's an opportunity to get investors' attention to the potentials in this country. Having gone around Freetown, I've realized that yesterday I was just telling the Nigeria chapter president that this country has great potential, because I actually felt at peace here. The country is so peaceful. And before any investor will be interested in development or maybe investing in a particular country, peace is the main thing they look out for. Because if for making money, it's all about how you're able to, be smart about your business. But if there is no peace, because this hotel where we reside, Radisson Blue, in other countries, before you enter, you go through a series of screening, scan your bar, sometimes you even have to open it and all that. But we walk through so peacefully. Everyone is so calm, everyone is so quiet, everyone is just minding their business, there's no tension and all that. So we believe that if we're able to attract investors' attention to the country, it will be a great deal for the development of the nation. Hence, such a sideline event being part of the Congress. There's also going to be an opportunity to expose the culture of the country. So there's going to be a cultural side event as part of the Congress. Of course, the tourism ministry will also have its share. We are even planning that before the people get on the boat from Lungi to Freetown, they will have an idea about the tourism, locations in the country, so that people who may want to even stay beyond the stipulated period of the Congress can have an opportunity to, tour these places. The beaches and all the other places, the serene environment. And I think one thing that I have to commend you, I know this is not the only country that is at a coastal area, but the fact that you have been able to maximize that opportunity is great. I realize that many of your hotels are along the beach, and it's a sight to behold. When you are in your room, you can just pick a sea view. You take some inspiration from there. All these are, things that attract people to a country. So we want to use this opportunity to expose the tourism potential to people who are coming in. We will have over 1,000 people coming into this country in November for the Congress. And so we hope that we will get the necessary collaboration beyond the partnership with the Office of the First Lady, the trade, the industry, the private sector, the international community, the United Nations agencies. This is the opportunity for all of them to come on board to champion the women's empowerment agenda with the realistic and real First Lady Fatima Madabio. I believe that when we're able to take advantage of this opportunity, it will be a win-win situation for the network and for the country. And once again, I want to welcome you all to this August occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Executive Chairperson, Mr. Daniel Osei-Tufo. And thank you for reinforcing our conviction that Sierra Leone is one of the most peaceful places in the world. And we say to you, Akwaba. Sierra Leone is blessed and indeed honored to have a First Lady who has made front, central, and prominent what once was considered to be a taboo and an elephant in the room. Madam First Lady, from your work on rape to championing a United Nations resolution for victims of sexual abuse, the world applauds you. And we in Sierra Leone are grateful that we have you as our First Lady. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me honor, delight, and privilege